Once upon a time, there was a kind young woman who wished very much for a child of her own. An old wise woman took pity on her, tucked a barley corn into the young woman's hand. Plant this in a flower pot, and when it blossoms, you will see something wonderful. More wonderful than anything you have ever seen. The young woman went home. She planted the barley corn ever so carefully in a flower pot. She tended the barley corn with a love unlike any she had ever felt before. After months of care, the flower had grown, and when it blossomed, the flower opened, and there, inside, sat the tiniest, most perfect little girl, no bigger than the young woman's thumb. And so the woman named her tiny daughter Thumbelina. Slept in a walnut shell, and a rose petal was her blanket from a tiny thimble. She had fresh milk to drink, and oh, when she sang, her voice was so soft and sweet. One night as she slept, a great and ugly toad hopped up to the window ledge. He looked at Thumbelina and croaked, "This will make a fine addition to the pond." And he carried Thumbelina away from her home and away from her dear mother. The next morning Thumbelina woke alone on a lily pad in the middle of the pond. She was cold and frightened. The goldfish in the water took pity on poor Thumbelina. They gnawed at the stem of the lily pad, and the lily pad floated downstream. A lovely butterfly fluttered by. Thumbelina tied herself to the butterfly. They flew gracefully through the air, over the meadows, the heaths, and the forests. At last the butterfly landed in a meadow filled with pretty flowers. Thumbelina lived in that meadow among wild flowers and butterflies, drinking sweet nectar and singing happily. Too soon summer turned to autumn, and all the pretty flowers withered. The air grew cold, the butterflies flew away, and poor Thumbelina felt so very alone. One day Thumbelina found a darling swallow frozen on the ground. She warmed him, nursed him back to health. When spring arrived, the swallow could fly again. "Come with me, Thumbelina, I will take you to warm lands where the sun always shines." Thumbelina went with the swallow. She climbed on his back, held onto his feathers. He carried her into the clouds, over the mountains, over the seas, to a warm and beautiful land where the butterflies fluttered by and flowers bloomed. For it was always warm, and the sun always shone. And there, among the blossoms, lived tiny people no bigger than Thumbelina. The prince of the people was young, handsome and brave and strong. And when he saw Thumbelina, he fell in love. On the day of their wedding, she was given a pair of wings, a crown of flowers, and became the queen of the flower people. The following spring, the handsome prince and Thumbelina climbed onto the back of the swallow and flew tiny daughter, so glad she was alive. And she understood why Thumbelina needed to live with her handsome Prince Thumbelina. And the prince climbed on the swan.